Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Man, oh man, it just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? After getting to review the Dark Empire series, I now get to review the Crimson Empire comic books. And I'm going to talk about the first 6 issues of the regular Crimson Empire series today. It's written by Mike Richardson and Randy Stradley. And in this series, Kir Kanos, who is one of the last remaining Imperial Royal Guardsmen, it basically talks a little bit of his past history, like how he became a Royal Guard, what the training was like, encountering Vader, graduating from that, and eventually losing the Emperor. And he is going after Carnor Jax, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but he is seen as by Kir Kanos to be a traitor to the Emperor. Jax has force abilities, and Kir Kanos thinks he is unrightfully trying to take control of the Empire. See, Kir Kanos is still loyal to the Emperor, regardless of whether he's dead or not. And so he goes after Jax. This story is actually really good because it's kind of like a prequel and sequel to Dark Empire. This takes place after Dark Empire because the cloned Emperor is gone, and so there is no more Emperor anymore. And then at the same time, though, we get to see what it's like to be or to try to get into the Imperial Royal Guard, which isn't as easy as one would think. Really cool. In fact, he got his scar through that training. Actually, Darth Vader gave it to him. But anyway, the series is done really well. It's very interesting. Anyone who loves the Crimson Guard would love this story. Now, this one has several connections to the expanded universe. The Super Star Destroyer Lashenka from the X-Wing Rogue Squadron is in this, as is Rogue Squadron itself. So Michael Stackpole's kind of storyline is included in that. And the story ends with Kir Kanos vowing to go after the Imperial High Council, because they're all traitors to the Emperor. They're all no good traitors. So it kind of ends on, you know, the storyline ends where he battles Jax at the end, defeats him, kills him, and says, but there's more work out there to be done. But now he's a hated man in the Empire, right? Because everyone wants Kir Kanos killed. In fact, in their eyes, the eyes of the Empire, he is the traitor. Now, he's the rebel who's gone off the rails. There is an issue 0, I should tell you about this. It was an online, web comic book that was eventually included in the trade paperback. I do have the trade paperback. Just like any issue 0, it's not that big. It's not necessary for the overall story, but you may want to get the trade paperback instead of the individual issues for this, because issue 0 will come in that trade paperback. But Crimson Empire is a phenomenal story and really tells a great tale, and actually makes Kir Kanos super famous within the EU community. He is a guy that doesn't get enough love in the EU, to be honest. But back when he came out in his heyday, everyone knew his name. I do want to say that at this time, I like how Dark Horse was operating in perfect continuity with the books. Both of them were sharing information, they were on the same page, and they're really interweaving their stories really well. It was a partnership that somehow got shattered later on to where the books would largely ignore the comic books, not on purpose, because the comic books would go way into the past to avoid conflicting or having to collaborate with the books. And it was really sad why that. I don't know why that happened. I don't know if it's something that when Del Rey took over, they decided to do a split, or maybe it was at the end of the Bantam era. But it seems like all of a sudden when Del Rey took over, Dark Horse went their way, Del Rey went their way, and they didn't want to talk much to each other. Very rarely did they have collaborations. And that was sad, because I think that's what made the comic books and the novels both better when they wove their stories in better, like they did with Crimson Empire. But anyway, that's all the time I have for now. See you next time with another video.